What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman from the Arkham Asylum video game. And so here we have the Arkham Asylum Batman posed and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually take a look at what he comes with. Batman does come with 4 accessories. We do get a folded up Batarang, which looks nice, has a really nice dry brushing on it. We get a fully extended Batarang, which again carries over that same dry brushing. We do get the Arkham Origins remote claw accessory, which is kind of strange to see with this figure. And then we also do get the gooey bomb from Arkham Origins. He of course does come with the DC Multiverse display stand. Other than that, Batman here doesn't come with anything else, so what we're going to do now is take a closer look at Batman. And so here we have a closer look at the Arkham Asylum Batman, and I'm not going to lie, McFarlane has done an amazing job with this figure. The head sculpt looks good, everything about this figure is stunning, and I really do like it. Now taking a look at his cowl, it's really obvious that this is the Arkham Asylum / Arkham City Batman. The suits are a little bit different, but this is pretty much the Arkham Asylum version. And it does a really good job of capturing the likeness from that video game now. I know a lot of people are thrown off by the quote-unquote derpy eyes. That's kind of how he looked in Batman Arkham Asylum. We had those really beady eyes for Batman, and yeah, it did throw off the look of Batman a little bit. It made him look completely wooden, but I think this does a really good job capturing that. We also do get the really long ears, which the Arkham games did go with, which I'm happy about. It made for a really good silhouette of Batman. But you can see the cowl goes all the way down to his neck right here, where it gets tucked, or the cape gets tucked under it, so that looks really nice. Having a look at his outfit, though, it is really detailed. I do like the way McFarlane did this. The bat emblem is raised, so it's not just painted on. I do like that little detail. And I think the only difference between the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City is the bat symbol. I might be wrong, but I think that was the only difference in the suit. But you can see these really nice armor plating that, for a video game Batman with armor, this pretty much captures the classic look of Batman, and it doesn't look too outrageous. Kind of like Arkham Knight got a little bit outrageous with the armor, but it still looked good. You can see it does have panel lining all throughout it. We have some different textures right here on the side. Really liking the detail on the arms. You can see that line where it does go around really nice. Even onto his back, we have some panel lining. Right here in the arm, we again have a difference in texture. We have smooth armor, and then we have textured armor. His gauntlets are, of course, big and bulky, and they do have the bat fins to them. They are soft plastic, so you don't have to worry about them getting damaged, but they will come out warped out of packaging, so do be aware of that. You can see they did a really nice job dry brushing some wear and tear on it. Just really like the detail on his gauntlets there. And then, of course, we do get his gloves, which have a lot of nice little detail in them. You can see some texturing right here at the top. Does it have any padding inside? No, it doesn't have any padding on the inside, which is a little bit of a shame. And then we do have his utility belt, which is really nice. I do like it that it's this really deep bronze. It's not really gold. It's kind of like a coppery color. It's not really bronze, but it's more like copper, and you can see there's some dry brushing all throughout his belt. That wash just brings out a lot of detail and makes it look like worn metal. So really good job there. We do have some panel work on his underwear right here, which really glad that Arkham Asylum did go with a classic bat suit. It didn't look silly, thankfully. In game it actually looked really nice. Legs carry on that armor, or that panel lining on both sides. As you can see, we have panel lining right here on the back of his thigh and in the front going onto his knee. I don't remember if the knee had separate armor, like the joint here would actually go down. I want to say yes, and sorry about the train. But you can see there is some panel lining coming from the knee, so I do think that that was part of the armor. We go on to his greaves, which have that same dry brushing going all throughout it, and it looks strapped around his foot, so I do like that. We have some clips right there. So overall, McFarlane has done an amazing job with this figure. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the DC Collectibles Arkham Asylum figure to compare him to. I always wanted that figure. Wasn't collecting at the time that figure came out, but I am happy that McFarlane did tackle the Arkham Asylum Batman. So, with that out of the way, guys, let's actually compare him to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have Batman posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have Batman posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Batman posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have Batman posed next to the McFarlane Multiverse Batman Who Laughs and the McFarlane Multiverse The Joker from Arkham Asylum. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to Batman's articulation. Now, Batman here does have a double ball joint in the neck. He can look up to about that far. He can't really look down just because of the way it's sculpted, but Batman hardly ever looked down in Arkham Asylum, so I guess I can forgive it. Head does tilt left and right, no problem, and of course does rotate. Arms are on a ball socket, so they do peg into the body, so we do have a nice butterfly movement here. Does pivot down. You can shift the arm up, and that does move the arm out, so you can do that. Arm would do a full 360 if it wasn't for his cape. The cape does drape over his shoulder, which does hinder articulation, but again, that's exactly how it was in the video game, and in the video game, the cape was cloth, it wasn't plastic. But his arm does rotate out to about there. We do have a bicep swivel, which works no problem. Unfortunately, we only have a single bend in the elbow, giving us a little less than 90 degrees. It's not ideal, but that's unfortunately what he has. No gauntlet swivel, but we do have a ball hinge in the wrist, which does let his arm go up and down. We can rotate that joint, and then we have up and down movement, in and out movement, and then it rotates on that peg. I believe we just have a single ball joint right here in the upper torso, which does pivot side to side, does rotate, goes back and forward. Then we have another ball joint down here in the waist, which combining those two, he goes back about that far, crunches forward only about that far. Might have to do a little modification just to get him to have a deeper crunch. And of course he does swivel at the waist as well. Can he lean to the side? Yes, this Batman does lean to the side really nicely. Legs do kick forward to about right there, which is about 90 degrees. They do kick back about that far. Go out to the side all the way, really like that. Do we have a thigh swivel? Very little thigh swivel, so almost non-existent. We have a double bend here at the knee, which goes pretty high up, actually. Look at that. Batman's an athletic man here, of course, so of course he's going to have a lot of articulation. Then we do have a ball hinge here at the foot, so we do have up and down movement. We do have rotation. We can completely turn that joint around to give him some really nice rocker ankle. And then we also do get a peg that gives us rocker ankle. Finally, we have a toe joint, and really like the way his treads look. So overall, this Batman has a lot of nice detail and articulation about him, but he also does look stiff, which is kind of like the way Batman looked in the video game. So really good job there by McFarlane. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the DC Multiverse Arkham Asylum Batman pose for my final thoughts, and overall McFarlane has done a fantastic job with this figure. Yes, I'm a little disappointed that he only has single bend at the elbows, and I would have preferred double joint, but overall this is a really good Batman figure. I know a lot of people don't like the way the head looks. That's how he looked in the video game. They almost 100% replicated his look from the video game, so if you're upset at that, you're upset at the design of the character in the video game, but that's neither here nor there. I think this is a really good figure. The amount of detail that went into him is superb, all the way from the panel lining on his armor to the little rivets showing some connection, the dry brushing on the metal bits, especially the utility belt and the gauntlets. It's just a really good figure if you're looking for a really nice Batman figure to own. This is one of those figures. The detail on him is great. Articulation is superb, with the exception of maybe his elbows and his abdomen joint could be a little bit better. But overall, I'm actually blown away by what McFarlane has done here, and this just shows that as time goes on, they're just going to keep improving the figure. So I think the people that jumped on the McFarlane bad bandwagon are going to be missing out if they don't want to pick up these figures, because I think this Arkham Asylum Batman is phenomenal, and I can't wait to see what they do with the Arkham Knight Batman, which is coming out later this year. If you are looking for Batman here, I have seen him available at Walmart, haven't seen him at Target. Best Buy is carrying him, especially Amazon. Online retail seems to be the best bet to get this figure. I actually stumbled into Walmart one day and just found him and Joker sitting on the pegs, so I had to pick both of them up. If you are looking for Batman, you're going to have to try out Walmart, maybe online for Best Buy and Amazon, but don't miss out on this figure. This is a really good Batman figure, and don't let the haters deter you from checking it out for yourself. If my word isn't enough, just pick it up for yourself and see what you think of it. Overall, I do recommend the Arkham Asylum Batman. And with that being said, guys, I'm King of Dragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other DC Multiverse videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, don't forget to check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.